Okay, lately I've been thinking about something that I'm seeing more and more people talking about on social media. And that is like, what would life look like if it ever got really, really strange? Because if we're being honest, most of us have already seen small disruptions over the past few years, like the empty shelves, the delays, the rising costs. But it does make you wonder, like, what would things look like if that kind of pressure lasted longer? Like, not in a dramatic way, just wondering how daily life might slowly change if things become less stable for a while. You hear phrases like civil conflict, civil unrest, and most people picture chaos overnight. But history shows it rarely happens like that. It's usually slower, messier, more confusing, and most of the time, it doesn't feel like one big moment. It feels like a series of small changes that slowly affect everyday life. Things start to feel less predictable. People become more cautious, and uncertainty starts creeping into normal routines. So if something serious, like really it happened, whether it was unrest, division, or just systems under strain, it would probably look different depending on where you live. And it would likely unfold in phases, not all at once. And that's why it helps to think in terms of like realistic scenarios and how regular people can prepare in practical ways. So let's look at our first scenario. Supply disruptions and empty shelves. One of the first things people would notice is inconsistency. You go to the store and the shelves aren't as full. The gas stations start running low. The deliveries take longer. Services get interrupted. It's not dramatic, but it is different. So one way that I would prepare for this is like keep a steady rotation of extra food, water, and household basics. Nothing extreme, just enough that you're not depending on the store every single day. Second scenario, financial stress and payment issues. In uncertain times, the economy usually feels it pretty quick. Work hours can change. Jobs feel less secure. Digital payment systems, banks, or services can become unpredictable, even if it's temporary. So I would prepare by having a small financial buffer. If you can, keep a little cash on hand. Focus on flexibility, not perfection. Even small steps over time can make a difference. Scenario number 3, service interruptions. Things don't usually shut down completely, but they do stop working as smoothly. So transportation slows, deliveries take longer, repairs take longer. You start to notice that you can't rely on timing the same way anymore. How would you prepare? This is where basic self-reliance helps. Backup power options, extra fuel, simple repair skills, and having backup plans for everyday needs can take a lot of pressure off. And then our fourth scenario, community strain and isolation. And if I'm being honest, this is the one that makes me the most uneasy because this one matters more than most people realize. Intense times, people will pull inward. Trust can drop. Some communities come together. Others grow distant. And when systems feel less reliable, the people around you start to matter a lot more. So I would prepare by getting to know the people around you, build connections now while things are calm, stay steady, helpful, and aware. And strong local relationships are more valuable, I think, than any piece of gear. And that's really the common thread through all of this, because preparation is not about panic. It is about reducing dependence on any single system. It's about having options, and it's about thinking ahead so small problems don't turn into big ones. Because when you step back and you look at history, the people who do best during uncertain times usually aren't the ones who react the fastest. They are the ones who were already steady. They had some supply set aside. They had some skills. They had people that they could rely on. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, like I just want to be steady if things ever get uncertain, you are not alone. And that is exactly why we built our platform, preppingcommunities.com. It is a place for people who think this way, people who believe in being ready, staying informed, and learning from one another. Because preparation isn't something that you should ever have to do alone. It gets stronger when knowledge is shared and people support each other. If you live in the North Bay, Ontario region and faith is an important part of your life, join the Northern Canucks group. If you're in Easton, Iowa, join the Timber Rats group. If you're looking for a place to trade, barter, and connect, join the Florida Barter Hub. If you're in Southeast Georgia, the Southeast Georgia Freedom Forum continues to grow as more people come together. So if that type of mindset speaks to you, I hope that you will come and join us. Find your people. Our groups are growing every day, and if you don't see one near you yet, create one. We'll help get the word out and connect others to it so you can start building real connections right where you are. And if this kind of awareness matters to you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. I really appreciate you spending a few minutes with me today, and I will see you in the next one.